Good morning, Pawleys Island peeps. Today is June 21st, 2021. And it is a beautiful, non-rainy Monday morning here in award-winning Pawleys Island, South Carolina. Good morning, everybody. High tide was about an hour ago, so the tide has just started to move out. Of the inlet. We're standing in Midway Inlet right now. Sunrise is 6:05. Right now we're facing exactly where the tropical storm is headed. It's right off the coast of Virginia. And we're facing that way right now. So I'm gonna try to step out of here real quick. Still windy today. Right now, we've had some gusts about 20 miles an hour. So I've got a towel kind of wrapped around the phone, which is helping a little bit, I think, with the wind. I'm gonna turn up the volume real quick. Today's National Day is National Arizona Day. So what that means is we learn a little something about Arizona, boys and girls. Wow, there's a little shark right here. So the neat thing about Arizona, one of the neat things, is it joined into the United States. It was the 48th state that joined, and it joined on Valentine's Day. So you know how they say Virginia is for lovers? They really should say Arizona is for lovers, because it joined on Valentine's Day. 1912 was not that long ago. Arizona is a baby state. And it's really known, when you think of Arizona, what do you think of? I know it's windy, y'all. Hang with me. So I'll tell you, what's really cool is that it's the home to one of the oldest continuously inhabited settlements in North America. So since 1000 AD, so over 1,000 years, Doesn't that kind of blow you away? It's a village called Old Arabi. It's located on the Hopi Indian Reservation in Navajo country. What do you think of that? Over 1,000-year-old settlement. It's pretty amazing. The other thing that the Grand Canyon, Arizona is so interesting as a state is that it has this thing called the Grand Canyon. And people travel from all over to go look at this hole in the ground. And it's really amazing. People try to jump motorcycles over it. Good morning, Jill. So how many of you have been to the Grand Canyon? I saw where for the last 3 years, the Grand Canyon has been the #1 most visited place in the United States. That's pretty amazing. And that's the last 3 years, because I would think initially, hey, it's because of COVID. People are trying to get out there. They're not wanting to go to New York. They're not wanting to go to busy places. But no, it's the last 3 years, the Grand Canyon is the #1 visited location as far as vacation destination. It's just amazing. So interesting things to talk about this morning, boys and girls. After all, this is an adventure, coming out here and seeing this amazing ocean. So it's interesting to learn about other potential adventures. And it's blowing like crazy from the southwest right this minute, pushing that storm offshore and to the north. So I've got the phone kind of wrapped around, I've got this towel wrapped around it, and then I've also got it in front of my torso here. So it's a 1-star surfing day. So what that means is the waves are actually pretty impressive. We'll walk over there. We've got 3-footers and they're about 8 seconds apart. The high today is going to be close to 90 degrees. And low tide is just before noon today. It's at 11:13. We love to come out here and watch people fish because the fishing is very good. Right, Victor? So Lisa's in Tennessee. She's an hour behind us. So it's really like 5:11 there. So I think she's probably sleeping. I always like to check this out so you can see where the tide came up to about an hour ago, hour and a half ago. You can see the tide line, and now it's about an hour and a half lower. And then you can also see that it wasn't too long ago that the tide actually came probably at full moon. It actually came, yes, I'm walking straight into the wind. You can see the tide came all the way up to here. How's the wind noise today? Is it bad? Good morning, Tiffany. Pawleys Island Welcome Center. Good morning, Bradley. There's somebody that does it all. She's definitely your one-stop shop for real estate. Whether it's appraising or selling, whatever it has to do with real estate, she does it. And then she serves the community by having a welcome center where local artists can come and bring their artwork. So just a really, she's been on here before, her and Bradley, but just a great person to have in our community. And I know it's windy and you may not have heard me, so I apologize. So it looks like he's using shrimp. So I'm gonna go show you some waves real quick. And then we're gonna tuck back around the corner here where there's no wind. And I'll give you the good news. But first I'm gonna show you some waves. A lot of people out here today. All right, Lisa, that's great news. That's some good news right there. Is that Jill? Good morning, Jill. How are you? What's going on, girl? I've just seen you virtually. I finally see you in person. How's it going?
Good.
Good to see you.
You too. How beautiful, huh?
Yes, everybody, this is Jill Huber. Am I saying that right?
Huber.
Huber.
Huber, yes.
Got it.
Apparently it's German.
There you go.
What a beautiful
I know.
picture this morning. It feels good out.
It does. The wind is a little bit much.
Yeah.
It's making some noise, I think.
Did you guys come out yesterday in the afternoon, evening-ish?
A little bit.
Yeah. The wind was so crazy that it was like stinging our legs. Yeah.
So do you feel, are you still pinching yourself saying, I can't believe I live here?
Yeah, I'm getting a little more used to it, but yeah, it's crazy.
How was your husband's first week on the job?
It was,
What's his name?
Ed.
Ed, okay.
It's Ed. It was good. I think he was a little frustrated because he wasn't told, like, hey, this is what you need to do. That kind of thing. But
so tell everybody where you came from.
I am from Michigan. I grew up in Michigan, born and raised. So I've been coming down to, well, Myrtle since I was 15. And then my sister lives here. So she's been here about 6 years in Pawleys. So we came down here and decided, you know, finally I think I wore my husband down and we're here. So I'm very excited.
So this is your third week here, is that right?
I think so. We came down after Memorial Day. So yeah. Yeah, we've been in our house, we closed on our house 3 weeks ago Wednesday. So yes.
So you're looking for a church? Did you go church shopping yesterday?
We went to the Pawleys Island Community Church. We've been there 2 weeks in a row, and I myself was, you know, there was Dave, was his name? Dave?
Yeah, David Rhodes.
So he did the sermon last week, and I was bawling almost the whole time.
Why were you bawling? Tell people why you were bawling.
It just, you're good. It just hit me.
Sorry.
You're good. It was one of those things that just kind of hit home with me. He was talking about, oh my gosh, what was he talking about? I can't remember right now. But I just know that it was one of those things where it just hit me.
Yeah.
And then yesterday was kind of the same thing. You know, God is our Father. He is not up there like, he's not judging us. Like it says in the Word, he is not our judge. Jesus is, you know, he gave that to Jesus, but he is up there cheering us on. And he's like, I love you. I want you to do good. And so many people are so afraid that God's just up there saying, you did awful, you know, this is horrible, you did this, you did that. And he's like, I forgot that already. You know, we just need to be less hard on ourselves. And
so he is our judge, right? Eventually, at the end of the...
So Jesus is for believers.
Yeah.
You know, for everybody. But...
So we still have to...
Well, right, you don't want to be like, oh, well, I can sin because he's not gonna remember it. But he doesn't want us to think that, you know, we just are gonna always miss the mark. You know, we're not perfect, and he knows that. So
Jesus is our he connects us to the Lord, right? What's that called?
When he's our bridge.
Yeah.
The only way.
Yeah. I know Holly has the right word. Jesus did not come to judge the world, but to save the world. So this leads us right into the good news today. Do you want to share it?
Sure.
I'm so glad you came out here. This is cool.
I saw you on there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to the north end today.
Yeah.
What is our good news today?
All right. So the good news today is Romans 1:20.
For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. Right, so, I mean, you know, people are like, okay, well, what if this person didn't hear? Like, how can you not look at creation and know there's a creator?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah, so you're without excuse. People can't say, well, I didn't know. Because how can you not know?
Right.
You know?
Well, the other thing is, I think in my case, God kind of wooed me to him with the beauty of his creation.
Oh, yeah.
So before I even heard about Jesus, I was in the trees and in the woods and in the water going, wow, this is just amazing. What an amazing place.
Right.
Just kind of experiencing his creation before I even heard about Jesus.
Right. Yeah.
So it was kind of like a preparing me for the Word of God, for Jesus.
And that was how it was for me with the ocean. Like, you know, I've been coming to the ocean even, you know, when I was younger, we would go to Daytona Beach, and then we transitioned to here, and, you know, he started that with me. Like, the ocean has always been a place where I would just go and have peace. And I'd always think, like, look at how big the ocean is. Just imagine how big God is. Like, I think the ocean's huge, but he created that. He holds this whole thing in the palm of his hand. And so it's amazing to think of how big he is and how little we are, but how much he loves us when he created us in his image. So it's amazing, and it kind of puts you in awe to think of a creator that's so big, that's so personal. It's amazing. And then he creates these pictures for us, you know? It's not just because he wanted to throw the sun out there, you know? He wanted us to be like, wow, he did that for me this morning. Because I needed that. He knows what we need. So.
That's beautiful.
Did you ever look up and see angels like in the clouds?
Yeah. For some reason I saw bullhorns right there. I almost said it. I was like, but that kind of looks like a goose.
See, I think like angels, because I see it like kind of, you know, bowing, but like spreading its wings.
Yeah, that's the goose.
Quack, 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 quack.
I'm sorry. Oh, goodness.
I do see bullhorns too, though.
I know. Oh, goodness.
I've seen some really crazy clouds last year. Like,
oh, from a distance?
Really crazy. Like, I saw like a dragon in the clouds last year. It was super crazy. I was seeing like a lot of things in the clouds last year.
So do you want to continue to feel like you're on vacation when you're here, or are you... I mean, this is something that I wrestle with a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I want to stay...
in awe?
Yeah, in awe and like all excited to be here and everything, but at the same time...
Well,
so it's kind of a...
Here's the difference. So for me, and I don't know if it's just been the last year because of what happened, like, you know, when people just didn't want to be around each other. It was crazy to me because I'm a people person and I just want to be around people. I haven't felt like I was home in a really long time, like at a house. So, you know, I told my husband, I'm like, this isn't my home. Like, I don't feel at home in this house. And the minute I come down here, you know, we came down in February, and even when I'm on vacation here, I feel like I'm at home. And my heart is just like, my soul is content, you know. And I know that this world is not our home, but you know, we have a home here.
Sure.
And even though I'm not crazy excited about the place we bought, I feel like I'm at home.
Sure.
And so I think that's what's kind of making it a little less vacation-y, is because I feel like I'm at home.
That's great.
So just coming out here though, yeah, every morning that I'm able to just walk down to the beach, and 2 minutes in the car and I'm down here, it's insane to me. I'm like, okay, this isn't real.
So the good news today really connects with me, not only because of the personal thing, like loving nature and understanding, like when I accepted Jesus, like I thought about all the times that he saved me out in the ocean, and all the times he did all this really fun, amazing stuff with me in nature. But also it connects with me because of Arizona. And I say that because Native Americans have, and this is so controversial, and I've got to share it because I just love Native Americans, and I love the way that they, so many of them. When I lived in Colorado, I became friends with a lot of Native Americans, right, in Colorado. And that was a lot of fun to get to know them. And they were real similar to these ones in Arizona that we just mentioned in our interesting facts of the day, that have been around in their township. They've been together for thousands of, over 1,000 years in one place. And that's just amazing. And I go back to this because Paul, when he was talking to, and I'm a little bit on a tangent here, just hang with me, because this to me is so valuable in my heart, and I just want to share it. When Paul was around people that had a whole bunch of gods, right? They had all these gods, but they had this one God that was the one true God. And Paul turned to them and said, this is the one true God. This is who I'm bringing you, the one true God. And he shared about Jesus and the salvation of Jesus. He shared it with them. And so, why am I telling you this? For me, with these Native Americans, I love that they have a one true God. They believe in a one true God. And so many of them, in a massive way, are coming to know Jesus because they understand this spiritual aspect. So don't give up because someone has a different belief than you initially. Don't give up.
Because a lot of them have that one. They're not,
Yes, they have the one true God. So many of them, and there is such great hope that Jesus will do the same thing with them that he's done with me, and that is, prior to even knowing him, wooed me, right?
Yeah.
So I just bring that up, and I hope you all understand where I'm going with that, and I'm not trying to be judgmental or crazy. I'm trying to be real.
Well, and I believe that they kind of worship the earth, right? So the wind, the fire, the air, and who created all of that?
Right.
So
right.
it's not a far step for them.
Right.
To be like, okay, well, these are the things we worship, but this guy, he created all of that.
That's right. The one true God. Amen. All right, y'all, it's time to sign out. We got things to do. We're abruptly leaving you. Jill, I'm so glad you joined us.
Me too, I found you.
How fun.
Hello.
Finally. All right. How fun was this? Did you have fun?
I had fun. I'm so glad that I found you today.
I know. This is great. God bless you. God keep you. And God help you make his
choices.
Yeah, not your choices.
God help you make his choices today and every day.
Yes, please. Let's do it. I'm signing out. You're signing out.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Have a great day.